training about raising awareness and education in bioeconomy. Why and how? We'll talk about how to reach, communicate, and engage with primary producers about activities in the bioeconomy. This training has been prepared by Innovarum for RuralBioUp based on learnings from the Cupid project. First of all, I wanted to give you a short introduction about Innovarum. Innovarum is a consultancy company located in Spain, Madrid, with 10 years experience in EU-funded projects and programs. Horizon Europe, CBEU. Our mission is to foster innovation in the agri-food sector and the bioeconomy. This is where our expertise is. And our skills and experience goes from cutting-edge know-how in proposal writing, exploitation strategies, dissemination, communication, and effective project management. We are partners in 12 EU-funded projects as communication or innovation partners, and we were leaders of the Cupid H 2020 project, which recently concluded. I will get into it in a moment. My name is Africa Pardavila, and here below you can find my email in case you later on you have any more questions or would like to ask about anything. What is the content that we will tackle? We will go through who is our target audience, tools to engage with primary producers, and I'm going to talk about two tools. I'm going to talk about ambassadors and the concept of the marketing concept of ambassadors applied to our case, and then I'm going also to talk about digital tools that have proved useful in this project, in the Cupid project, that could be useful to you as well, and then we will quickly recap. So, what is our target audience? Is point number one. Very well. So our target audience are primary producers. Primary producers, you can see some statistics on this slide, and you can go through it later on and take your time. But mostly, I'm going to highlight that primary producers are in general a group mostly older than 55, mostly male, 70%, and that in nature the size of their businesses, farms in this case, is small to medium family farms, with larger farms with larger businesses located in the north of Europe. You can review later on all those statistics and numbers. Our target audience, according to Copa-Cogeca and other EU Commission sources, our target audience is developing a greater understanding of eco-friendly practices, of organic growing, of different sustainable practices that they can apply in their businesses. And as a result, a large part of the agricultural area is being farmed according to specific eco-friendly practices, but eco-friendly practices recommended by the Common Agricultural Policy. However, not all of these practices are applied equally across regions and businesses. Interest in diversification of these farmers, of these primary producers, of their business is medium to low, so just 1/3 of them and choose to diversify their activities. And the geographical distribution, and this is interesting, is that so most of our target audiences of these primary producers are either located in Romania, are 30% located in Romania, followed then by Poland, Italy, and Spain. And this is because those are the countries where small family farms are the most common. So there are more. And in contrast, in Northern Europe, we see smaller numbers, but because farms are also bigger. Sectorial division. So most of the primary producers in Europe are crops specialists, followed by livestock specialists, and then mixed farmer is the smallest group with just 18%. So you can review these slides later on and take your time to review statistics. But I wanted to collect all these numbers with a purpose, and that is that I wanted to introduce you to who our target audience in theory looks like according to all those numbers and official statistics of the EU Commission, Copa-Cogeca, and different agencies in the EU. So this is Alan Murphy, and theory, our target audience. This person does not exist. This is an artificial intelligence generated character, and it's created according to the description that I've been given this tool, this program, with these numbers, and this is what it came up with. And it's interesting, like, to have this in mind, like this in theory. According to theory, this is the people we were talking to. And here we have more. Just like I gave the tool like the numbers, and this is what it did. Perhaps it's a little bit exaggerated, because I think here, like, I think that it's trying to picture people over 55. So perhaps it had also decided to get people that are like 90 or 80 years old with white hair and look older, and that people like 55-year-old people may look younger, of course. But I think it was an interesting exercise to picture the type of people we were trying to talk to about bioeconomy. Is this image realistic? Of course. So this is the first time I'm going to talk a little bit more about Cupid, because the Cupid project has tackled this challenge, like gender in the EU bioeconomy. Is it really this big of a gap? What is the situation? What challenges faces like the youth in the primary sector? Like what is their participation, how are they engaging, what opportunities they have. I invite you to visit, you have links in this PowerPoint to download infographics like this and more information, and I invite you to visit the Cupid webpage to explore these topics if they interest you. But let's go back to our target audience, to Alan and his PS. How can we foster their participation, engagement, and awareness about the bioeconomy? And here we're going to talk and learn about tools that the Cupid project used and that could be practical to you. Cupid was a new funded project, H2020 funded project that received funding from the European Commission. And I'm going to quickly introduce you about this project as well, so you understand better the context. So here we go. Let's go for the tools. So the first one I'm going to explain is going to be about the Cupid Innovative Dissemination Strategy and the Ambassador Programs, peer-to-peer communication and real experiences. Very well. So here you can see this is an infographic that summarizes the Cupid Innovative Dissemination System. So I'm going to very much simplify the steps, and I'm just going to give you a very quick explanation about how it goes, and then you can later on come back to this presentation or to the Cupid website and explore as much as you want. So basically what the Cupid project did was to, one, select a series of success stories in Europe representative of the EU bioeconomy in the primary sector. They selected these stories, and then it organized visits for primary producers to learn about how these business cases were succeeding. What type of primary producers went to these visits? The Cupid ambassador. The Cupid project, step 2, selected also a group of more of 127 Cupid ambassadors to go and visit these visits. And the plan was later on for them to come back to the home countries and talk to the peers through events, through different means, about the learnings, about the different success stories they had visited, passing on their knowledge to peers and other actors in the primary sector. And then the Cupid project, what it did was support all of this project with further communication and dissemination, and here's where we will get to digital resources and support materials to help spread the knowledge, like infographics, videos, etc. So this is the innovative dissemination strategy. Selection of success cases, a series of Cupid ambassadors that travel to these success cases, primary producers, that then go back to their home country, and then they talk about the learnings. And this is all supported by digital resources and materials like videos and infographics. Let's move on. So, what are these ambassadors, right? So what are ambassadors? That's an engagement tool. So the concept of ambassadors comes from marketing, and ambassador marketing is a strategy where brands transform their most loyal customers, followers, and fans into influential salespeople. So here's the key. This is people that believes in your project, in your brand, in your company. This is people that already believes, already is active in this area. So what the Cupid project did was to take this concept and use it for its own dissemination strategy. What we did was to select primary producers that were active and connected connected in their agri-food cooperative, organization, community, region to talk and to participate of the Cupid program. A key part was that we established a reward system for them to actively participate in the project and support dissemination and engagement with the bioeconomy. And we foster networking, connections, and understanding about the bioeconomy by organizing visits for them to real examples and success stories about the EU bioeconomy. And this last point is very important as well, because we were not just talking about abstract concepts, we were showing them an organization, a cooperative, something real that they could feel, they could touch, they could learn from. And this is a very powerful experience. Okay. So I invite you here once again to go to the Cupid website and explore its resources, where you can find a map with all Cupid ambassadors and you can see what was the focus, what type of people we had in. This is very interesting. Please go ahead and take a look. I also invite you to go to the Cupid YouTube channel, where you can also watch interviews with some of the Cupid ambassadors that took part in these visits. I'm getting here to the last point I was talking about, and our first recommendation from Cupid is about the power of real experiences and people connecting in person. So this is an important learning that face-to-face direct communication was an effective method to engage primary producers. Real experiences and visits proved to be an attractive and engaging dissemination action in the primary sector and the bioeconomy. And you can relate it on this more slowly about the feedback we got from Cupid ambassadors, that the learnings they had, that the impressions they had from their visits to these cases were very positive. And in general, some of them were motivated to start implementing the business models, the techniques that they saw either in their own businesses or to recommend them to their peers. Let's get to this part finally. So how could you implement an ambassador program in your project, right? Here are some key steps. So first, you don't need so many ambassadors, like Cupid selected 100, but just 2-3 influential representatives can be enough, depending on the ambition and purpose of your action. Identify primary producers or stakeholders that can work as ambassadors in your project network. That is, that they believe in your bioeconomy project activity and can be a good representative of its values. The goal is for ambassadors to inspire and ultimately to get their peers into acting about the bioeconomy. Finally, develop a reward system for their engagement and participation. The experience we had in Cupid is that motivation lasts so long. Your beliefs last so long, right? If you're asking a lot of them, like talk with people, send emails, organize whatever, reciprocity is key to keep them engaged. And a reward can be many things, and here are some examples, like directly economic, like for each person you bring to my event, to my bioeconomy event, I will give you XX money. Or it can be take the shape of other type of benefits, like travel expenses, and this is what Cupid did. Cupid covered travel expenses, another type of cost. Lunches and meals, networking activities, premium access to materials or videos. What more? Establish a support system for your ambassadors. So they're going to have questions, and at the beginning they may not know about ambassador marketing. They may not know exactly what is expected of them, so you need to train them and explain them what you would like them to do, what you're going to give them back, and you want them to know that there's a support network in case they have questions or they don't know how to do what they need to do. Okay. And finally, and I say this like this is the final point, but it's as important as any other, establish measurable goals for your ambassador program. So this program is going to be, this type of action is very demanding, budget-wise and resource-wise, for your team or for whoever is going to implement them. What goals do you have for this? Have something measurable that you can track. Registrations, followers, contacts interested in knowing more about the bioeconomy and about a bioeconomy business model. You want to go even farther and see how many of these people of your impacts actually implement and develop a new bio-based business model, think about it and go as far as your resources take you. Okay, so we have completed the part about ambassadors, and I'm going to continue with digital tools, which are a great support to an ambassador program or can work independently. Very well. So another learning of the Cupid project was that digital channels, materials, and videos are an effective tool for broader dissemination, during and beyond the project implementation. Supporting live actions with online activities has advantages and disadvantages, but in general was something positive. So one learning from Cupid was that one, this was in general useful, even though not everything was perfect. For example, some challenges were that the primary producers are still not highly active digital users, and you have to be mindful and selective depending on what you do. Like, let's remember Alan. We were talking, probably the majority of people we were talking to looks like this, right? Age impacts and the type of digital tools your audience uses, for example, social media. And what were our most successful tools, right? What do we recommend? So we recommend short videos and very easy to share materials. Things that you can share perhaps through WhatsApp or any local instant message platform, or easily through social media. And this can change, and have in mind that this can change depending on the country. Like some countries like Facebook Messenger, sometimes it's like WhatsApp, sometimes it's Telegram. Have that in mind. And key advice here, have in mind translation to local languages. Like, if you really want to reach people at local level, you need to speak the language. In some cases, English will be okay, but if you're talking about complex topics, and more often than not, when you talk about the bioeconomy and about this type of concepts, translation becomes necessary because they are not usual words that are in their vocabulary, right? And you need to adapt and see what words work best to send the message, as well as the language, of course. Keep that in mind. And please keep also in mind that this can be a very demanding task that requires good planification. Very well. So just for examples on one type of resources, please go and check the Cupid YouTube channel. All the Cupid infographics, all of them available in the Cupid webpage. And if you're thinking about if all we did was actually effective, with this strategy of selecting success visits, selecting ambassadors that talk to their peers, Cupid was looking to achieve a multiplier effect in which a few Cupid ambassadors could visit real experiences and talk to more primary producers and the stakeholders through workshops and other events, who would later on take part and be supported by further dissemination and digital actions in communication and dissemination. And the numbers you see here are actually real numbers that we tracked, the impacts, the views, the downloads, messages, people active, and in our project, and this was real and it was success. The multiplier effect happened. I'm getting now to the end. I'm going to quickly summary, and this will be all. What do you need to take home? So first, have these ideas in mind. So peer-to-peer communication proves successful to reach primary producers and foster the bioeconomy. Second, a combination of online and online tools proves effective as well. Then, an ambassador program can be implemented to reach primary producers, and this was very innovative for Cupid because this is not a marketing strategy or communication strategy that is often used in EU-funded projects or to reach primary producers in general, and we made it happen. And finally, primary producers are still not heavily active digital users. However, videos and easy to search digital materials supported effective dissemination and communication. This was so here I link all the resources about Cupid where you can find further inspiration for your projects and actions. Feel free to go through them. And Finally, if you would like to know more about Innovarium, about this training, or do you have direct questions that you would like to refer to me, feel free to write to my email, and I will be happy to answer about any of this. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was useful, and best of luck in your project activities.